Okay, here we are at the Wayne National Forest, and right here is the trailhead for the Wildcat Hollow hiking trail. And if you take the big loop, it's a 15-mile loop. And that road over there is the road that I took here, which is not really an improved road. It is about like this right here, just gravel and dirt for a couple miles to get here. Good thing I didn't ride my motorcycle. So this Friday, April the I think it's the 16th or the 17th. Anyway, unfortunately, I had my GoPro camera laid out on the, now I'm not sure if this is yellow blazed, and there is a white diamond blaze up ahead. So I'm not exactly sure which one. There's a 5-mile loop and there's also a 15-mile loop. So I'm not sure which blaze I'm supposed to follow. And apparently you need to make sure that you wipe your feet. That way we don't, get the trail dirty. We don't want any invasive plants coming with us. Okay, anyway, I had my GoPro laid out to take with me so I could film as I went, and unfortunately I left it laying right there on my desk, which is pretty usual for me. It's probably laying right next to my memory pills. Everybody forgets those. Looks like there's a little bit of mud going on here. I think I'll get beside that. Looks like somebody else is hiking the trail also, because there was another car there at the back there at the parking spot. So there's quite a bit of trees that have fallen through here. Looks like must have been a lot of strong winds come through or something. Like quite a bit of mud. Of course, it has rained quite a bit past few days. another white diamond blaze. Should probably... So I'm taking a look at the map. And here, there's the parking area, and here's the trailhead. I can't tell for certain. I didn't see a branch in the trail. If there was, I totally missed it, but looks like they're both going essentially the same way. And they'll just meet up here, so we're all right either way. And we'll just head on up that way. So I'll put this map up and we'll head out. I read some reviews on this trail, and one thing I saw was where somebody said that there's no water. You have to carry all your water with you. So I've got probably about 4 liters of water with me. And this is the second stream that I've crossed. And I'm not even an hour into hiking. So I don't suppose I needed to carry all of that water with me. In any case, you can never have too much, I think. Hey, look, more water. Amazing. So, I'm not exactly sure how far I am in, but I just met the folks that own the other car that I parked next to, and they said they come here pretty often, and it's pretty laid back. Not a whole lot of people come here, which is great, because, you know, we don't like it really crowded, you know. So it's a pretty nice trail. So far, from what I've seen, it's pretty well blazed. I mean, there's markers all over the place. I read a couple reviews that said that you know, it wasn't very well blazed, but that might have been, you know, years ago or something. I'm not sure. I forget the dates on it. But right now it seems to be pretty well marked, so it's a beautiful day. Humidity's up a little bit, but a lot of this might be exertion for me not doing a whole lot of physical activity over the winter time. But hey, it feels good to be out here. And more water. Looks like somebody left a little bit of a mess here with their campsite. Okay. As far as it being well blazed, I think I just lost the trail because I came over here. And I'm not sure if this is the trail or not. Well, it looks like it comes right through here. Oh, there it is. Totally missed that, and looks like I'm gonna have to cross the water again. And I really don't want to right there. It's sort of deep. So, the frog jumped in the water right there. We'll come over here. Looks like it's a little easier to a little more shallow so my feet don't get so wet. Alright. Now we're back on the path. Yes, and if you look, I'm sweating a little bit. Only because it's been so long. That and the humidity is a little high today, I think. I think this is the warmest day of the year so far. But hey, I'm enjoying it. I don't know if you can catch this little chipmunk over there. Sitting in the brush there. Anyway, pitter patter, feet everywhere. Chipmunks and squirrels and birds, and now I have to clarify, these are the regular gray squirrels and red squirrels, not the black squirrels like you see in Van Wert. Just wanted to make that clear. Oh man, I'm not sure exactly how long I've been walking, but I can certainly say that I'm starting to get pooped. That pretty much means I need to get out and do this more often. Anyway, somebody took the liberty of, well, there's the white blazes, but looks like somebody else came along with a spray can and helped out a little bit. Looks like a lot of the white blazes that they've hammered onto the trees are falling off. Some of them are broke off halfway, you know. Probably wasn't the best way to mark the trail. A little bit of elevation earlier. I'm not sure exactly how high I went, but there's a few hundred feet in elevation I gained. like they must have marked the trail at one time with those plastic trail markers, but there's nothing on them. Kind of easy to see through everything now because early in spring there's no foliage on the trees or anything. Still nice out here. Beautiful. Oh, if you could smell it here. It smells wonderful. You really smell the pine trees. Of course, you know, that's all around me and everything, but it just smells really great. It's really beautiful in through here. You can't tell the elevation over there, but that's quite a little drop there. I mean, it's kind of gradual down, and you know, it wouldn't be anything to walk down. A little strenuous, but it's quite a bit of drop to the bottom there. And on down the trail. It crossed the road back there a little bit. I didn't have any real problem finding the trail. It seemed like it was relatively well marked, so wasn't too bad. It only followed the road for maybe 300 feet, and the short loop turned off to the right. The long loop went straight, but it crossed a couple roads, and then, well, actually it was an intersection, but it was marked relatively well. I feel like this is just zigzagging around. Oh man, all these trees are making the walk a lot nicer because they're providing me some good shade. If it was a little later, I would string my hammock up along here because this looks like a nice place to camp, but I think I want to go on down a little bit further. I don't want to do too short of a run today and then have too much to do tomorrow. I'd like to enjoy it a little bit. Looks like we're going on down there. Back around down by the creek. More water, imagine that, right? I just hiked down from up there, and pretty nice view around. There's the trail marker there. Nice little creek. There's no water around, right? Not on this trail. Maybe it's just because it was dry last time. Maybe she come in the middle of the summer or something. If I remember the review right, it was some girl that said there's no water on this trail. But maybe it was in the middle of summer when it's real dry. So anyway, sun's starting to get low in the sky. Shadows are getting pretty long. And I'm getting pretty tired since this is my first hike in a very long time. Well, first backpacking trip anyway. So I'm going to, actually I might just go right down there and set up camp. Okay, here I set up camp. Right in this area. There's that hill that I went down earlier, and I said, turned around and said I'd just set up over there. Nice running water over here. So I've got a water source. I can clean up a little bit and get me some water to drink when I get ready to leave, in case I don't find any more on the trail later. There's my boots that have all kinds of mud all over them because it wasn't exactly nice out there. And I've got my sandal socks and sandals on. And got me a little fire going in the pit. Not sure exactly what the regulations for this national park are, but I'm sure they won't banner too bad since I've got it dug a hole in there. Got it in there. There's my little shovel. And I was getting ready to cook dinner here in a little bit. I am going to have some Jamaican style jerk rice with chicken. So, here's my nice little, I can see me whacking my head on that thing. Here's my nice little campsite. There is my bed for the night, which is my hammock, and I've got the rain fly over top of it. It's not supposed to rain, I just have it for the moisture that's going to settle in the morning, so that should keep me a little bit warmer also. I think it's, last I looked, it was supposed to get down to about 48, so not too bad. And I have my pack hanging from a tree over here, which I was certain, apparently not that certain, that I had brought a 50-foot length of 550 cord, and I could not find it, so I cannot hang my pack up in the tree. It's probably not necessary because there's probably not many bears around, but you know, it's always better safe than sorry. I might move it a little distance away before I go to bed so it's not too close to me. I kind of like this stream. That'll put me to sleep later. I haven't seen any other hikers. Only the two that have the car that I parked next to back at the trailhead, and I'm just gonna guesstimate. I think I've hiked about well, I'd say 7 miles. That's just a rough estimate. So anyway, I am going to kick back now, and I think I'm going to make me some supper. And I will probably put good use to that later on. And I've got the red bandana hanging there so I don't run into that later. run into the line. That's my entry side, so I don't want to run into the line. Wow, this thing, it almost looks daylight out with this thing. And it's getting relatively dark. Interesting camera. Anyway, as wonderful it is as it is to get away from everything, still can't get away from everything. I can hear the planes flying over. Kind of screws the whole mood up, you know, being out in the woods. Alone. Not really alone because there's planes and all kinds of crap around. I'm just sitting here like a bump on a log right now. It's getting close to dark. Probably got another 15 or 20 minutes. Although through this camera it looks pretty light out. Pretty good camera, I guess. So, anyway. I just love the sound of that creek back here. That thing, that right there is going to put me to sleep. Pretty nice little area here for a campsite. That down there on the end of the log is my trash. I tried to put it as far away as I can in case any raccoons or whatever wants to come get it. And I washed everything out and sealed it up, so hopefully they don't mess with it. But if they do, they'll be away from me, so at least a tree's length away. Anyway, looks like I'll have to hike probably 10 miles tomorrow. Something like that. I hiked a little further than I thought I would today. But I know you can hear that. It's a fawed coyotes they just ran through my camp. And now they're over there raising hell. Don't know exactly what they're raising hell about, but you know. Yeah. Well, good morning. It is about 7:30 or something on Saturday, and I survived the night. It was relatively uneventful, with the exception of the pack of dogs that ran through my camp, barking crazily. Couldn't figure that one out. And then about 10 minutes later, a couple guys come through and I hollered at them and they said they were coon hunting. So then everything added up, made sense. They had their dogs treeing the coon and then they were coming through. Kind of startled me, woke me up, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. Anyway, I'm waiting for the sun to come up a little bit more so it'll dry out my hammock over here. If you can see, it's got a little bit of moisture on the top, so that sun ought to take care of it for me. A little bit chilly this morning, but anyway, got me a little fire going on over here. Warm me up for a little bit. After my hammock dries off, then I'll be on the trail again. I gotta do a few things. I gotta clean myself up and get me some of this wonderful fresh water out of this creek so I can have something to drink later on. But it is a beautiful morning. Okay, there's my little MSR pocket rocket stove. And I just got done boiling some water, and over here's my little cup. I've got some tea in there steeping. Okay, now I'm out of water. That's the last of my water. So, open this up. What I did, this is just a smart water bottle. These things are great because of the material they're made out of. They're heavy duty and they're light. Great to haul water around in. Anyway, so what I did, I've got this bag here, right here. This is going to be difficult to show you because I only have my phone camera. But I went and filled this up with water from that creek over there. And it's running water, so you don't ever want to use stagnant water. But anyways, this here is a Sawyer Mini filter. And it will filter 100,000 gallons of water. Essentially, you just screw it onto this Sawyer bag after you've filled it up. Pop the cap open, which is of course the clean side, and then you take and squeeze. That's why it's called a squeeze system. Now you don't want to squeeze this thing too hard. It's only going to let so much water out. And there's the camera dropping. And I think that's what most people have problems with when because you can see where they talk about the bags breaking. And I think the problem with that is they're squeezing the bags too hard, trying to get more water through quicker. Well, only a certain amount of water will go through there. You can't force more. If you do, it'll break the bag. So that's how that works. And in the bottom is some delicious clean water. Anyway, I'm going to get back to doing this and fill both my bottles up. And I'm still waiting for my hammock to dry. The fly's still wet, so might be another hour. Okay, finally broke camp after waiting for a couple of hours and got aggravated because the dang tarp wouldn't dry because it's too shady here, I guess. Pretty moist down here. Anyway, couldn't get the tarp to dry, so I just shook it off and wiped it off as well as I could, and I'll unpack it whenever I get to the house. Let it dry out there. So, pretty nice morning. Already took my jacket off. just the right temperature for backpacking, which is quite convenient because that's what I'm doing. Apparently, not only did I forget my pack cord, but paracord, I mean, I apparently had I left my battery charger. I had a portable battery charger for my phone, and inconveniently, I left that at home too. Of course, that's what I was gonna use to charge my GoPro, so I can't remember exactly where I left it. But I'd venture to say it's probably laying right next to the GoPro, so makes sense. Got some rock outcroppings there. Look kind of neat. And we're still following this little babbling brook over here. Oh, look, a little campsite over there. That would have been nice to know beforehand, then I wouldn't have had to build my own campsite. But I kind of enjoyed the other place. That one looks like it's got a nice little stool, but I had one myself. Okay, let's take a look at the map here. Let's see, we started down here yesterday. Went clear up here. Here's where I crossed the roads. Went up here. I crossed the roads again. So I'm assuming I'm somewhere right in this area. And since this is a 14-mile loop, which is on around here, I'm going to guess that I hiked probably, 15-mile loop. I'm going to guess that that's about 6 or 7 miles that I hiked yesterday. Just taking a guess. Anyway. Back at it. It's a nice little hike up the hill there. Anyways, it's a Nice view. Walking across the ridge here. You can see the trail right there. I don't think cameras do justice for elevation. I mean, you really can't tell how steep this side of this hill is. I'd probably roll down it before I walk down it. Kind of hard to see that though.